Welcome to the Power Circuit, your weekly window into developments across Nigeria's evolving power sector, proudly brought to you by the Transmission Company of Nigeria, TCN. I'm Amara Agugesi, and these are the highlights on today's program. The Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of the Transmission Company of Nigeria, TCN, Engineer Dr. Sule Ahmed Abdulaziz, expressed his optimism following the achievement of an 8,500 megawatt transmission wheeling capacity this year. The figure is expected to increase even further in the coming year. We will also take you to the Lagos Transmission region, where TCN officials marked this year's Health, Safety and Environment Week. This priority activity observed across all 10 transmission regions underscores TCN's unwavering commitment to workplace safety and operational excellence. In addition, the Power Circuit brings you a compelling documentary highlighting the growing menace of encroachment on transmission line rights of way. The feature sheds light on the dangers and far-reaching consequences of these illegal activities. As the year 2025 draws to a close, the Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of the Transmission Company of Nigeria, TCN, Engineer Dr. Sule Ahmed Abdulaziz, has in a strongly worded goodwill message expressed gratitude to Almighty God for the successful conclusion of the year, marked by the achievement of a transmission wheeling capacity of 8,500 megawatts. He also expressed optimism that with the completion of additional power transmission projects in the coming months, the wheeling capacity is expected to rise even further in the year ahead.
Engineer Abdulaziz expressed deep appreciation to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the Honorable Minister of Power, Chief Adebayo Adelabu, for their leadership and guidance throughout. The head of TCN, on behalf of the management team, also thanked donors and financial partners, security agencies and players in the power sector for their steadfast support.
The things we did, some of the old equipments were changed, some of the transmission lines were conducted, and some of the transformers were upgraded. That helped us a lot. Throughout this year, we don't have system collapse, and we pray God will help us to continue up to the end of the year. Also this year, we have installed over 80 number power transformers, which has never been done before. Out of these 80 transformers, 5 of them were 300 MVA. We have never installed 300 MVA in the grid, but we have installed 5. We have some in Lagos, Bauchi, Kano, and some other places. We also did reconducting of transmission lines. All those lines that are old, we make sure that we change the conductor to a high capacity conductor. These things make us to sustain the grid with no any system collapse.
To the families of colleagues and staff who passed this year, Engineer Abdulaziz knows that their service and sacrifice will never be forgotten. As an outlook for the coming year, the headsman of TCN urges the entire family of TCN not to rest on its oars. According to him, the team should intensify efforts to further increase grid capacity, stability, and efficiency as the agency continues to journey towards becoming one of the leading electricity transmission companies in the world.
The Transmission Company of Nigeria, TCN, transmits bulk electricity from power-generating companies, GenCos, to distribution load centers of distribution companies, DISCOs, nationwide. At TCN, we transport bulk electricity at very high voltage to DISCOs, who now off-take it and distributes it directly to electricity customers nationwide. TCN does not generate electricity. We transport the quantum of power generated to distribution load centers. TCN does not distribute electricity directly to electricity consumers. Our job stops where that of the DISCOs begin. TCN transmitting bulk electricity in the most efficient and effective manner.
The Transmission Company of Nigeria (TCN) continues to prioritize key initiatives that promote health, safety and environmental responsibility across its operations. One of such initiatives is the special observance of Health, Safety and Environment Week at the Lagos Transmission region. Please enjoy these highlights.
What you see, it is an art of exercise, and staff members of TCN are fully committed to this routine practice. Right here at the 330-132-33 kV Ikeja West, housing the Lagos Transmission Region in Lagos State, the TCN workers are keeping physically fit. Keeping fit is a matter of priority for the staff of TCN. This was further emphasized through a resounding remark by the General Manager Transmission at the Lagos region of TCN, Engineer Mojid Akintola. He also commended the members of staff for the high compliance level.
I want to appreciate everybody, starting from the committee members, the organizers, everybody that partake in this year's Safety Week. I believe each and every one of us has learned one thing or the other from all the programs we've had.
The Lagos regional head also spoke about radiation, especially for the field workers, urging them to keenly observe what they have been told during the program. Activities lined up for the safety event with the theme, Our Health, Our Responsibility, include talks on issues of fire safety, mental health, first aid and physical fitness, environmental hygiene, safe road practices, food and nutrition, emission of radiation, among others. Other high points of the Health, Safety and Environment Week at the TCN Lagos region include a fire safety drill and first aid practice during an emergency, all at the regional headquarters premises.
And that's not all. As earlier mentioned, the 2025 Health, Safety and Environment Week was observed across TCN's 10 operational regions nationwide. Now let's take a look at the highlights from these activities across some of the regions. Coming up shortly is a documentary report on the violation of electricity transmission lines right of way and its implications for the operational stability of the national power grid. That report comes right after this break. Please stay with us. The Transmission Company of Nigeria (TCN) has continued to grapple with challenges such as vandalism and encroachment on the right-of-way of power transmission lines. This documentary takes you through the far-reaching implications of engaging in these illegal activities and their impacts on the stability of the national grid.
The Transmission Company of Nigeria (TCN) serves as the backbone of the nation's power infrastructure, tasked with the crucial responsibility of transporting electricity from generation stations to distribution networks across the country. But as Nigeria's demand for electricity surges, TCN faces an ongoing and often overlooked obstacle: the challenge of securing the right-of-way. Right-of-way refers to a legally designated corridor of land that allows for the construction, maintenance, and operation of high-voltage power lines. These corridors ensure public safety, prevent encroachment, and provide TCN with the access it needs for vital upgrades and repairs. Yet, securing and maintaining these corridors is no simple task. TCN faces mounting pressure from rapid urbanization and land scarcity, often finding that these essential corridors are already occupied. Additionally, legal disputes over compensation and the presence of illegal settlements on the power lines only compound the problem, delaying crucial transmission projects.
My name is Engineer Sula Ahmed Abdulaziz. I'm the Managing Director of Transmission Company of Nigeria. I want to talk about an issue that is giving TCN headache and is a worrisome situation. That is the issue of right-of-way. You will see that under our transmission lines, which TCN has already acquired it before we started construction, people will come under the line and be building houses, shops, canteen, and many other things that are not supposed to be there. We are calling on the Nigerian people to please desist away from these acts because it is not good for you, it is not good for TCN, and it is not good for Nigeria. Those transmission lines are carrying high voltage. So even to come and stay near them, not even to make that place your permanent place, it is very dangerous for your health. And a lot of people will turn that place either to their selling place, their marketplace, or their houses. We are warning you, please stay away, don't stay near our transmission lines. There are also people who are going there to dig and remove the copper, the one we use as grounding wire on the towers. That one is also very dangerous. It can shock you, and it can shock our staff when they are working, when the arsen is removed. Also, there are people who are looking for laterite. You see them digging near the transmission tower. That one also is a bad practice. We are doing all our best to make sure that this does not happen. Anybody found doing those things is going to be arrested. And we are warning you, it is very serious.
Recently, we had an unfortunate incident in one of our lines between Ebonyi and Nkalagu, where the line was struck by thunder and the conductor fell. Unfortunately, a vehicle was parked right under our right-of-way, which he dropped up and burnt off the car entirely. We were so lucky that nobody was inside that vehicle because it would have consumed the person. So these are the incidents we normally tell people. Don't stay there, don't do business there, don't even park your vehicle there, let it be free all the time because no matter we try to secure this line, anything can happen.
We are currently at under one of our transmission lines. This is the Ikeja West Akomba 30 kV transmission line 1. We are at Aguda, close to our tower. This is our 556A. As you can see, they've built around the transmission tower line, making it very difficult at times to access the tower line. There is a cherubim and seraphim church there. Directly under the power line, you can also see buildings, a lot of buildings to the left, to the right, and this carries on for several other spans. It's a big issue for us because, firstly, with respect to our job, if we have any job that requires us to lower the transmission line to work, you can see that these buildings are going to be in the way of it, of us carrying out our job smoothly. But even much more than that, there is a very serious health challenge in this area for the people living here. Not just health, you understand, risk to life and property. We know that this transmission line is a 330 kV transmission line. What that means is the voltage level is 330 kV. If by peradventure any of the accessory we have, the insulator that we have suspending the conductor, if by peradventure that fails, or the conductor itself fails, it can lead to this conductor dropping directly down to the ground. And we know how electricity, you understand. If this conductor comes down to the ground, virtually anything it touches, because of the way electricity moves and the way it behaves, virtually anything it touches is likely going to catch fire. If it touches anybody, the person is likely going to lose the person's life. This in itself will present a lot of challenges to TCN in terms of repair, replacement, and everything, and to the government. So it's actually not ideal. When this line was constructed in 1968, a lot of all these houses, you can see none of them here were built there. And at that point in time, the government itself had acquired the right of way to build this transmission line. We have our right of way for 330 kV line, which is basically 25 meters each side to the left and 25 meters to the right. As you can see from the center point of the tower, I am barely standing at, let me say, give or take, close to like say 15 meters roughly, or 10 meters from the center point of the tower. So that basically means that everything from over here, moving towards the side and towards that side are all illegal structures that shouldn't be here, that are at risk if by peradventure this transmission line fails.
The consequences of these challenges are far-reaching. Some transmission projects that could provide reliable power to millions are delayed indefinitely.
Those people who build structures and shanties under transmission line, they should have in mind that they make our job very difficult. It is difficult for our engineers to have convenient working space to come and work under those transmission lines when people have made them their houses, their canteen, and their resting place. We're appealing to you to please desist from doing that and let's have a good environment so that we can provide light to Nigerians.
This tower 78, this old Otapapa land to 13 kV line. When the contractor about to start working, the people dropping refuse didn't allow the contractor to enable to commence the job. So I have to come in and I now tell the contractor to go and look for the security. In fact, the day the contractor about to start the job, there's a lot of tug of war here that they are not going to allow the contractor to do any job under the line. So the line now advise the contractor to go and look for the security. In fact, when they brought the security, most of them have to bring juju that day. They will not allow them to. I now tell them that, you know, this power line belongs to federal government. What they are doing is not okay. And I told them that, who gave you this land? They say it's somebody that said the land to them. Can you provide the person? None of them didn't answer me. In fact, when they brought the security, they now run away with the juju. So that's why the management now said that we should do the erosion control. You can still see the part of the refuse that still pack is even more than this. It's even more than this. We now told them that they should remove it. It causes corrosion of the foreleg of the tower. It's really affecting the foreleg of the tower. And we are trying to avoid fire break under the power line.
Structures such as gas stations built too close to high voltage lines pose serious safety risk. These can also cause unreliable power supply, which contributes mainly to stifle business growth, exacerbates poverty, and hampers national development. Despite these challenges, TCN is making significant strides. The company is proactively engaging with communities, pushing for stronger legal protections and advocating for fair, timely compensation for landowners. Illegal structures are being identified and removed, and awareness campaigns are underway to help the public understand the right of way isn't just a technical matter. It's essential for Nigeria's energy security and long-term development.
We are in between Tower 536, 537, Ikeja West, Akogba, 330 kV line 1. This area in Lagos is in between Igando and Ikotun. And we have two of our lines that run through this area in Lagos. This area exactly happens to be in a valley area along the line. And from what I was told, that the villagers around this area used to bring their refuse to this place even before the development of this area. So that's why you see heap of refuse here. This refuse here, fire can be set on it. In fact, what they do after putting the refuse, they will find time to put fire somebody who is smoking cigarette, we can just drop the last side of the cigarette and it will catch fire. And when a fire comes up here, definitely the smoke of the fire can lead to the tripping of the line. And if this line trips, we lose money. And also, like I said the other time, this refuse leads to the rapid corrosion of the tower structures, the lower part of it. So these are the problems we face in this type of place, and it doesn't give access to move from one point to the other. For example, before we could get to this place, instead of just moving for 5 minutes, we have to go around for over an hour before we can access this place, because we have been to the other side before but we couldn't get it thoroughly. That is the reason why we moved to this side. There are some people who call themselves landowners that have turned into a source of getting money. So to stop it, government has to come with force. If not, it is not easy to stop it.
The road to a fully powered Nigeria may be long, but it is within reach. By tackling the critical issue of right-of-way, TCN is not only fostering collaboration between local communities and the government, but also unlocking the nation's potential. Through uninterrupted transmission of electricity, Nigeria's socio-economic development can soar to new heights.
Let's look back at the highlights of today's episode. You heard the passionate message of the Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of the Transmission Company of Nigeria TCN, Engineer Dr. Sule Ahmed Abdulaziz, who expressed optimism that following a successful year marked by the achievement of a transmission wheeling capacity of 8,500 megawatts, even greater capacity could be recorded in the year ahead. We also brought you a report from the Lagos Transmission Region, where TCN officials observed this year's Health, Safety and Environment Week. This priority activity held across all 10 transmission regions nationwide further underscores TCN's firm commitment to workplace safety and operational excellence. In addition, the power circuit featured a documentary highlighting the growing menace of encroachment on the right-of-way of power transmission lines, aimed at deepening your understanding of the dangers and consequences of these illegal acts. We are glad you have been part of the TCN story this year and always. You can watch more editions of the Power Circuit on the TCN YouTube channel. Connect with TCN on social media by liking the Transmission Company of Nigeria page on Facebook, following Transmission Company of Nigeria on LinkedIn, and joining the conversation on X via @TCN_Nigeria. You can also follow TCN on Instagram @TCN_Nigeria. TCN welcomes your observations and feedback via email at affairs.public@tcn.org.ng. For more information on TCN's activities, visit the official website at www.tcn.org.ng and stay updated on power sector developments at www.tcnnews.ng. Please continue to play your part by guarding against vandalism of power transmission lines, towers and substations in your communities. I am Amara Agugesi. Thank you for watching and see you again soon.